y'all, Sarah Walker here, your Team Beachbody coach. Today I wanted to go over our meal container system. I know this can be like super overwhelming to people sometimes because they overthink it, and today I wanted to show you how to simplify it and how I do it so that it's super easy for me. And I want you to know, when you first get your kits, a lot of people see these containers and they panic. They're like, oh my goodness, this is not a lot of food. Well, good news. These you get to fill up several times a day, and I kind of call them Mary Poppins. You know how her bag, she just keeps pulling more and more stuff out, and you didn't realize so much could fit in there? That's how these containers are. Way more food fits in here than what you think. So I want you to know I also panicked when I saw the containers because it did not look like a lot of food, but it is, trust me. I eat more food now than I did before I started doing this. So just want you to know that. Okay, so when you first sit down and go over your meal plan, like I said, it can seem overwhelming. So make sure you go to Pinterest and look up 21 Day Fix recipes. You can follow my Pinterest board. I've got a million of them on there. There's Autumn's cookbook, Fixate, that has the recipes in here. She created this meal plan, so recipes in there. If you are on Beachbody On Demand, her and her brother have actually done a cooking show called Fixate, and there's a ton of recipes on there as well that you can watch them make, and it's a lot more than what's in the cookbook. So that comes free if you've got Beachbody On Demand, so make sure you check it out on there. Okay, so when it comes to the containers, whatever you can fit in here that is in the meal planner booklet, and in your booklets you're going to have a list of stuff. So like the purple container, you're going to have a list of a bunch of things, and the red container, you're going to have a bunch of things. So whatever is in that category and whatever you put in your container, make sure you can either put the lid on it, or if I'm doing it really quick, I'll put food in here, cover my hand, and dump it. And I do want you to know that once you've used these for a while, you won't even use them anymore because you can eyeball how much food it is. I actually don't use them anymore except for measuring like super quick. But I don't carry the containers around, so don't think you have to do that. I measure and dump if I have to. So I want you to go over each one to see what it means. Purple's going to be your fruits. You're going to have your vegetables, your protein, your carbs, your healthy fats, and your seeds and dressing. And just know they send you 2 orange containers, but you only get 1. Maybe they send you 2 in case you lose them since they're so little. I don't know, but you can only use 1 of these a day. So when you sit down, it can be very overwhelming at first to figure out how you're going to do your containers throughout the day. So I am here to tell you my simple, easy system, and this is how I do it, and this is how I've done it for almost 2 years now. When I sit down to plan out my weeks, I start with dinner. Dinner to me is the most important meal of the day. Even though breakfast is the healthiest, I love supper. I just live for supper. So I start with supper, and then I move to breakfast, and then lunch, and then I fill in for my snack times. You should be eating breakfast, a mid-morning snack, lunch, a late afternoon snack, and supper. So you should be eating all those meals throughout the day. It keeps you full, and it helps your metabolism and all that good stuff. So make sure you're spreading your meals out and you're getting snacks in. So I start with dinner, and I usually do the same containers for every single meal. Now I am on the lowest meal plan, so I have the least amount of food to eat compared to the other ones, but it's still enough food and I'm still full throughout it. But what I usually do is save, I eat 2 green, a red container, a yellow container, and a blue container for my dinners. And it so happens that most dinner recipes fall into covering those containers. So I tend to use the same ones for each meal every single day, and I have for the past 2 years now. It's just, it works out perfect. I have my shake for breakfast in the morning, so I know automatically that's going to be a red. I have a fruit for a snack time. I use the same meal containers at lunchtime. So every day I'm not totally mixing it up where I forgot how many containers I've had and stuff like that. I just make it easy where I use the same ones for each meal every single day. Now, not all days fall into that. You know, sometimes I use my orange for a snack. Sometimes I use it for a salad, you know, for the dressing. And my blue container gets passed back and forth depending on if I have like cheese or avocado on my dinner at night. So these two kind of go back and forth. But for the main part, if you stick with the same containers for each plan, it's going to make it so much easier for you. So I highly recommend doing that at first until you get used to it. I also highly recommend using simple, easy recipes at first until you get used to it. Like I said, people like to overcomplicate things. I did this as well. I would come home every night when I first started and chop up veggies every single night. I never meal prepped because I didn't know anything about it. I cooked everything fresh. I didn't even think about the fact about frozen vegetables and fruits because they didn't cross my mind. So I overcomplicated it and I overwhelmed myself. You know, for some of you, this might be a huge change in how you normally eat. And so you need to kind of ease into it with simple meals. Don't overcomplicate it. Like I said, think about the easy stuff. Like we have breakfast so much for dinner. You know, we'll make an omelet with like spinach in it. And I don't know if you realize this, but whole wheat Eggo waffles, the frozen Eggo waffles, as long as they're whole wheat, they fit on our meal plan. So have breakfast a couple nights if you need to get in, you know, to ease into it. Have just like chicken and pasta and veggies, stuff like that, until you get used to it, and then start easing in everything else. You know, have peanut butter toast or, you know, salads and stuff like that. But that's what I recommend so you don't get so overwhelmed at first. And I'm here to help out any way you can. I have mastered this meal plan. I have been on the same meal plan, like I said, for 2 years now. My husband also follows it. So, you know, I have a microwave at work. He does not. So we've mastered lunches on what I can eat for lunch and microwave and what he can eat cold during the day. So we have a wide variety of stuff. You know, he's been on bulk programs where he has to eat a ton of food and eats us out of house and home. So we know how to get in those containers, and, you know, we know how to spread them out and, you know, make the most food for them and stuff like that. So let us know how we can help you, and we will walk you through it, and we will give you some ideas and all that good stuff. But just don't overcomplicate it. It's super easy if you let it. So let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything that I have not covered for you that you would like to know, and just know that I'm here for you every step of the way. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.